Personal story. We all grow up wanting to be loved. None of us are raised to be hated. And yet, and I was the same way. I mean, many of us will alter our own personalities to be accepted by people. We'll try to figure out what people want us to be and then be that so that we'll be liked. In the process of doing that, we deny who we really are. Now, when I was growing up, nobody hated me, and nobody thought that I hated anybody else. Had personality conflicts with people, disagreements. Nobody thought I hated anybody, and nobody hated me. 6 months after my national radio show started, 20% of the country hated me just because of my values, just because of my conservatism. And I didn't know how to deal with this. And I was looking for advice from anybody who could tell me how to respond to all this baseless criticism of mine. And people said, well, you can't let it stand. You've got to respond to it. You can't let that store. And if I responded to it, the critics thought they'd hit a home run and just mounted even more criticism because I had reacted to it. Other people said, you got to ignore it. All you do by responding to it is elevate it. More people hear about it than otherwise would have. This went on for 3 years. I had to learn, which was a tough psychological thing for me, I had to learn how to take being hated as a measure of success. Nobody's raised for that. And the person that taught me to deal with this and to remain psychologically healthy was Roger Ailes. And had that not happened, I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am tonight. My relationship with Roger has been deeply personal in a friendship level and a professional level that I've never experienced with anybody else that I've worked for or worked with. And even though Roger has had nothing to do with my radio show, he was the exec producer of my TV show for 4 years. The things I've learned from him about being a man, about the country, about how to be a professional, nobody else taught me. Nobody else was capable of teaching me. It was a crapshoot whether I would have learned it on my own, but maybe I would have, but I didn't have to because I had Roger behind me telling me how to react, how to be. I remember one night on our TV show, I was just, for some reason, I said, I can't do it, Roger, I can't do it. This is not me, I can't do it. Of course you can. What do you mean you can't do it? Nobody says you can. Who, you're Rush Limbaugh, you can't do it? Sent me out, and I did it. A lot of people would have said, yeah, you can't do it. Oh, you can't do it? You don't want to do it? Okay, well, maybe we'll cancel tonight's show and we'll... But Roger does not tolerate or accept failure in people, nor does he accept people feeling secondary. He is a genuine human being who is able to bring out the absolute best in everyone who works for him and works with him. And I have never met anybody in my life who is able to do that. And Zach, I want you to come up here for just a second. This is Roger's son, Zach. You've heard him addressed here tonight. Now, you've heard a lot of things about your dad tonight. How old are you?
9.
You're 9 years old. You've heard a lot of things about your dad tonight, and you've heard them described in flowery terms. I want to make it real simple for you. Your father's a great man. Your father is one of the greatest Americans who's ever lived, and I don't want you to ever forget that. I don't want you to understand exactly what that means. And I mean, great, Zach. Your father loves you. You can't believe the stories and how proud he's been talking to me about you and the things that he was looking forward to being able to do with you and has been able to do. So I wanted you to know it from me personally. You've heard all the flowery language. Your father is a great man. You'll know that for the rest of your life.
Thank you.
And this is often said as a cliche. In Roger's case, it's true. He is a great man, but his greatness has been enhanced and expanded because of Beth and their relationship. Well, Beth understands who Roger is and lets Roger be Roger. I have never had that experience. But it really is a treasure. I thank the Lord for all the people I've met. I thank the Lord for people here doing the Lord's work in the Boy Scouts and promoting American values. And I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. I wish everybody could know the Roger Ailes I know and be personally impacted by his knowledge, his advice, his attitude, his optimism, his enthusiasm, his sense of humor. Because when Roger Ailes is on your team, you do not lose. Zach, congratulations. Roger.
It's me then.
Okay, top that.